Hello everyone, this is Frank Althaus at the Russian Language Centre. It is Wednesday the 11th of August, and this little video is really about hybrid lessons, or specifically how we set up our trial hybrid lesson today here at the Russian Language Centre. Now, a hybrid lesson is one where the teacher is in the room with some of the students and other students are attending remotely. And if you're not interested in the technical aspects of it, then please turn over to the other channel. But what we did was this. Well, first of all, perhaps, is to explain what we're trying to achieve. So there are two things. For the remote student, we're trying to make sure that the setup means that the lesson is as good, as effective as a lesson where the whole group is online. Now, the other side of that is that for the students who are attending in person, we obviously hope they're going to benefit from real live human interaction. But what we're hoping also is that in accommodating the online students, we do so in a way that absolutely minimizes any disruption and doesn't sort of get in the way of how people in the room communicate with each other. And I think we did it quite successfully. So what we did was this. Now, there's a very small number of people, so there are 3 students in the room, there's a teacher in the room, and there's 1 student attending remotely. And the 3 students in the room had on their desk a tablet. The tablet really was working effectively as a camera. So they were all attending, each tablet was attending a Zoom meeting. The teacher also had a laptop in front of them, and obviously the remote student was attending as well. So for the remote student, they saw 4 windows, effectively the same as a normal Zoom meeting. The teacher's window and a window for each student from their tablet. There was 1 microphone that was set up in the middle of the room that is also a speaker, so that was capturing all of the voices of the people in the room and was transmitting the voice of the remote student into the room. And that seemed to work extremely well. There was no feedback, there was no problem. It was very clear to the people in the room and the people remotely. So that was the first part of it. The second part of it is that the teacher was attached to also, well, not the teacher's computer was attached to a TV screen, which was serving as a whiteboard. So the teacher was using the Zoom virtual whiteboard, which meant that the person at home was seeing it as they normally would, and the people in the room were seeing it on a large TV screen on the wall behind the teacher. Then the sort of extra, if you like, the icing on the cake, and the reason why we were doing it with these tablets was that one of the particular benefits of the Zoom lesson format that we've been using has been the ability to use breakout rooms, to put students into pairs to work together during a lesson. And in order to enable us to do this, what we did simply was that 2 of the people in the room were having pair work as they would in a normal classroom, so they were just talking to each other. But the 3rd student was then asked to put on headphones and was then put into a breakout room via their tablet with the person who was remote. So they were then looking at, or the student in the room was looking at her tablet and was communicating with the remote student for that breakout session. And then when they came back into the room, obviously she took the headphones off and continued as she had before. And as I say, it appears to have been really quite successful. I think for the people in the room, it involved a slight sort of adjustment as they got used to the fact that next to the whiteboard on the TV screen, they could see their own faces in the little windows. Now, bear in mind that these students are people who have only been attending an in-person group, but for anyone who was sort of moving back from having done online groups, that would be a wholly normal experience. And it does seem to be the case that the tablets, the small tablets on each desk, really didn't disrupt the flow of communication within the classroom, which was the thing that I was most concerned about. So I think with a little bit of refinement, this might well be a viable model. I think it'll be difficult. Those of you who've been at the Russian Language Centre for a while, pre-pandemic, will remember that on some evenings we might have 5 or 6 groups going on. I think it'll be difficult to do 5 or 6 groups where there are 4 tablets connected to the wireless, the Wi-Fi rather. So I suspect we'll have to restrict the number of groups that we're able to do this way, but I certainly think it's possible, and I certainly think it offers a real opportunity in terms of allowing students in the long run to attend occasional lessons remotely if for work or whatever other reason they're not able to attend the lesson in person. So that, I hope that was vaguely comprehensible and of interest to some of you. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you as ever in person or online before long. Thank you.